Happy New Year. Welcome to 2022. I'm Patrick. I'm the host. Have Cheetah Will View. And welcome to the first Dollar Tree Theater of the brand new year. Dollar Tree Theater is a group of us in the film community who are reviewing some of the films that we have found at our Dollar Tree. Or in my case, not only the Dollar Tree, but also the library. Because the movies I get at the library are $1, so that sort of counts. And this is a library edition. So today's movie that we're going to be talking about is one that I had been looking for quite a while, actually. I had gotten the complete series of The Librarians that came out, and I really enjoyed it. And I wanted to get the first three movies they had made on TNT before they went to series. But those are sort of hard to find. So trying to find those was a little bit of a hard task. Find them within reason. I mean, you could always go on the secondary markets like eBay or Amazon, but you'll end up paying a lot more for them there. And I'm just was hoping that they would come to me in the wild. And lo and behold, they did. So I had the complete series, including the films of The Librarians. And the movie we're going to be talking about today is, in fact, the very first Librarian movie. This is The Librarian, The Quest for the Spear. This came out in 2004. And it stars Noah Wiley as Flynn Carson. He's our librarian. Kyle MacLachlan as the bad guy. You always know, you're gonna be a bad guy when you get the last name a Wild or a Striker. I mean, once you get a name, once you get a last name like that, you're instantly gonna be a bad guy. We also have starred is Sonia Walger, who plays Nicole. The lovely Kelly Hu playing Lana, and we're going to be talking about that later. And also Jane Curtin as Charlene and Bob Newhart as Judson. And a special note, I didn't know this, but one of our favorite bad guys from the NCIS series is also in here playing a bad guy too. David Diane Fisher, he plays a bad guy, and he played Court on NCIS. So The Librarian was something that Noah Wiley wanted to do because he had done 11 years at ER, and so he was looking for something, he hadn't done a comedy, so he was looking for something more lighthearted. And so this came his way, and he decided that he wanted to do that. And good for us, because this is a real fun movie. Actually, it's a real fun series, to tell you the truth. But for the first film, it established Flynn Carson as a professional student. He's very, very smart, but that's all he does is go to school. He's having a hard time getting out in the real world to applying what he's learned. So one of his professors actually helps him out and kicks him out, saying that you can't do any more here. You need to get outside and smell the roses. So that's what happens to Flynn Carson. He gets booted out, and but while he's standing there, he doesn't know that he's being looked at. Someone's looking over, and watching him what he's doing. And next thing you know, while he's at home moping a little bit, he lives with his mom. He gets a letter, and the letter opens it up, and there's a piece of blank paper, and it comes out and saying, "You are cordially invited to interview for a spot at the library." So he goes, and there are hundreds of people in line, hundreds. I mean, he starts from the way bottom, but the interviews are literally 5 minutes, and the people are coming out of there, and they're quite upset because Jane Curtin, who plays Charlene, is the one doing the interview, and she's asking them only one question. She's asking them one question, and if they don't have anything good for her, if they don't have a good answer for her, she's letting them know it in no uncertain terms. Hence why You see men and women coming out of there holding their ass. Uh, well, anyway, Flynn gets up there, and while he's street smart, book smart, that's not really what Charlene wants. She wants an answer. She says, "Well, tell me something that nobody else would know." And so Flynn gets up and he tells Charlene about Charlene. It's very Sherlock Holmes almost. He tells her how she was sick, she had gotten a divorce, and that she had had her nose broken. And the way he spat it, he spat, he said it. It sounded like Sherlock Holmes. Anyway, though, but he gets the job at the library, and while they're and Judson pops up, and we see that's Bob Newhart, and he's the one that had actually been looking at him at Flynn Carson's college. Well, he gets introduced. He gets introduced to the library, which is absolutely immense. If you've seen the show The Librarians, well, then you get an idea what it was. And this is he actually meets for the first time. He actually meets Excalibur. Not on necessarily friendly terms though. Not quite yet. But anyway, circumstances lead to where he's the Spear of Destiny, which is the spear that stabbed Christ on the side, has been stolen. One of the pieces has been stolen, so that Flynn Carson has to recover the other two pieces for the bad guys to do. Otherwise, it's the end of the world as we know it. So Flynn starts out his hunt, and he happens to pick up a bodyguard, which he doesn't know yet. Her name's Nicole, and she's basically a guardian to Flynn. That gets explained, and that gets explained in the series, and I'm sure it'll get explained in the next two movies as well. There's the librarian, and the librarian is bonded with a guardian. Judson's the librarian, and Jane Curtin Charlene is his guardian. And it's a good premise. And so they go on the hunt for the Spear of Destiny, and they have to outsmart and outwit the bad guys led by Kyle MacLachlan, along with Kelly Hu as his bad girl, the henchwoman. But she's not exactly bad as you think, and she actually likes Flynn, which is really cute. So they go around the world trying to get the pieces to the spear, and then they finally do, and the good guys win. So my thoughts about the film. I know I'm already 8 minutes for The Librarian. I like this. This is a fun movie. It's Indiana Jones light, but with a really added nice twist of having a woman guardian, which really you can see that in the series as well, where Flynn Carson picks up his guardian in Rebecca Romaine. And we find out why that happens we do find out why that happens in this movie. You just have to pay attention for it because it goes by really, really fast. So here's my thoughts about the film. Like I said, it's fun. It's fast paced. Noah Wyle really gets into the role. He really likes it. He likes playing Flynn Carson. It's evident. Sonia Walger is really cute as his guardian. She's sassy as hell. The only two problems I really had was I don't think they gave Kyle MacLachlan much time. He needed to be more fleshed out. I mean, the bad guy is pretty one-dimensional. They needed to flesh him out a little bit more. It would have been interesting. It actually would have been more interesting to have him carry over. He would have made a good bad guy for the whole kit and caboodle. And the other thing that really caught me, and it's just a little bit of a rant here, but so Kelly Hu plays the bad girl. Okay, so she's played the bad girl in the Jet Li movie with DMX, Cradle to the Grave. She played Lady Deathstroke in X-Men 2. She played the bad girl in Arrow. But you know what? If you see Kelly Hu and see her, why is she being being played in all these action roles as a villain? And I just can't get over that. It's just like, I don't get it. I don't get it. It completely flabbergasts me that she's been pretty much putting all these bad girl roles when she's beautiful and she's very skilled. And why can't she be the good girl for a change? Why can't she get the hero? Um, the chemistry, actually, to tell you the honest to heaven truth, the small scenes that they had with her and Noah Wiley had much more sparkle than the scenes with her with Noah Wiley and Sonia Walger. Um, as no nothing to Sonia, she's a very fine actress, but the chemistry was so much better with Kelly and Noah. It was palpable. You could sense it, and but she gets put in these roles where she's always playing the bad guy, and it's just like wow, I just it flabbergasts me. It's like why can't some of these like I don't know. I just feel like she could. I love to see her in a lead role. I like to see her do something fun. I like her to be in a comedy. I like her to be, like and not the Ice Queen. Like Lucy Liu gets typecast like that. Like she's now as far as that goes, she's beautiful to look at, but you can't get close to her. And I never really felt that way with Kelly Hu. I mean, Lucy Liu, yeah, but Kelly Hu, I always felt like she would be a lot of fun to have an adventure with. And she's really light on her feet. She has a real easy laugh. She's a really good actress, and it just really got on me like, oh gosh, here we go again. And that's what happened to Leslie Ann Brandt. She was actually in the first season. She plays the same role that Kelly Hu does here, and lo and behold, she played basically the same role in Lucifer. Um, all edges and shapes. Not anything soft and rounded, and it just perplexes me because they don't always come across as that way. And I don't know. Maybe it's just me nitpicking. I don't know over a 17-year-old movie, but I'm just telling you what I thought. Okay, so see, I'm giving you analysis. That's what I'm doing. The movie's actually very well directed. Our director is Peter Winither for this movie. Jonathan Frakes will come on to the next film, which we'll talk about soon. And he directed the second movie, and he actually became an executive producer on the series. And he also did some directing there too. Jonathan Frakes ended up being a pretty fine director. I feel anyway. I know some people didn't like Thunderbirds, but not me. I loved it. As far as the quest for the spirit goes, there's a little bit of special features on here, well worth picking up. There's an introduction by Noah Wiley. This is the extended version, so it added like 13 minutes to the runtime, so it's like 97 minutes instead of the normal TV, 84 minutes, 85 minutes. There's nothing objectionable about it. There's no added anything to it. It's a lot of fun, and highly recommend it. And I got it for $1. All right, so I got the other two standalone movies as well. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do them back to back, or I'm going to come back. Maybe I'll do that in a couple of weeks. I'm not sure. Never know with me. But that's it. Thanks for watching, and if you liked what you heard, please tell me that I was on the soapbox, or I was long-winded, or I talked too much. Tell me to shut the hell up, whatever. Or you can tell me your favorite Kelly Hu movie. She's excellent in Scorpion King, and of course Lady Deathstrike in X-Men. So anyway, drop down. Tell me what you think. If you're new to the channel, please give us a sub. We'd love that. And hit the notification bell, and we love that too. All right, I will see you shortly. Till the next one. Peace.